Expect.
Amazing audience, we are live with Joann Thach. Hey,
Hello, how's
how
it
are you
going?
doing? I'm good.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting at this time?
So I work at a law firm that's based in the Bay Area, and I recently moved to San Diego, and my firm said, hey, we'll let you work remotely. And
that's
I said,
fun.
yeah, super fun. They're a great firm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the firm? Are you like the lawyer in the firm, or are you doing like the background work for what needs to be done for a lawyer?
Well, so a law firm, so people who don't really know the legal industry, they kind of just think, oh, are you an attorney? But it operates like a company. So I do diversity, inclusion, and corporate social responsibility at my firm. So I work in areas of recruiting, professional development, training, corporate social responsibility, and under that hat, sort of finding volunteering opportunities for people at the firm to feel engaged and give back to the community.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So who did you learn that skill from?
I kind of stumbled into it.
Yeah?
So I actually joined a law firm because I thought I wanted to go to law school and, do the whole thing, become an attorney. And, I started in recruiting and realized I love people. And I love talking to people. And, I've always had a passion for diversity and inclusion because I myself come from a background where I was the first college graduate in my family.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. My parents didn't graduate high school, so I sort of spearheaded my way into that and found that people who come from minority backgrounds lack resources to achieve success.
Yeah.
And so, if it's finding a way to bridge that gap, that's kind of sort of where my passion comes from.
That's great. So you met Eric, right?
I did meet Eric.
That's like a perfect fit, right?
Yeah, he was like, what magic do you do? And I said, what magic? And then we got to talking and he introduced me.
Yeah, that's great. So why will you continue to be that person that bridges the gaps of so many different cultures, even in the spaces of corporate world, right? Why would you continue to be that person?
Because someone needs to do it.
Yeah.
I think I think when someone thinks about integration and how to bridge differences, people are like, oh, don't even bother me.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with people like me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. There is beauty to be found in differences.
Yeah, I love that.
And so I think that's kind of, why I continue doing what I do, because someone needs to do it. And
Yeah.
I feel passionate about it. I have the energy for it. And yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tell me one other thing you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Consistently. Well, I will say I am someone who likes to reflect a lot and develop myself a lot. So the past 3 years, I've consistently read self-help books, just trying to learn more about, the areas that I lack or the skills that I lack, and trying to, the world just has so much to offer that I think the world is your oyster. Go and get it.
How does it make you feel seeing what you've read and what you've applied to your life? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like I have a lot to learn. It's funny. So I come from a philosophy, sociology background, and Socrates, I think, said this quote. Don't quote me, but
Sure.
I think he said, "The only thing that I do know is that I know nothing."
Yeah.
And so I really subscribe myself to that quote because there's just so much to learn. Yeah.
That's fascinating. Why would you suggest to someone that's listening that they approach life in that same manner where they're putting on more personal development into their life?
So are you saying what would I recommend to them? Or?
Well, yeah. Why would you suggest that to them? Yeah. I love the way you did that. Yeah, that's the law in you, right?
Trying to figure out what you're trying to ask me?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Like no tricks here. Like, what is it again? Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I would recommend, I think all of this curiosity and learning comes from self-awareness and knowing how much you lack and how much the world can offer you.
Yeah.
And again, bridging that gap,
Yes.
right? And
there you go again.
And there I go again. I think I'm a super hyper self-aware person.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
That's what I really.
I love
would
it. Well,
recommend.
let's switch gears for a moment. Let me
Okay.
now invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water.
Okay.
Joann, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory. Oh, made up or non-made up? I'm just kidding. I would have to say kindergarten. Is my full conscious recollection. It would be when my dad, so I was raised in a single father household. He walked me to school, and I just remember crying a lot because, he was my parental figure, and I'm suddenly immersed in a world of other kids that I don't know. So I think that would be my earliest childhood memory.
This is like what, like 4? 3, 4?
Four.
Four?
Yeah. I didn't go to preschool.
Why do you think that memory is so clear?
I hate to say it, but I think it was like the time that I felt the most trauma. I just don't remember feeling. I mean, I again, it's been a while, but if I had to guess, like it was a time where I felt very helpless and very not knowing what to do, and again, as a result, crying a lot.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
It's a great question. I think that having that recollection in my memory makes me a stronger person. I think back to that memory, and again, I don't know if this is me being dramatic, but I think back to that and I think, I've never felt as helpless as that in, my adulthood, and so I can conquer anything.
Yeah, I love that. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Please.
I love the idea, first of all, the theme of bridging the gap, that your father was that person that created some type of a damper for what you needed to go through in terms of feeling helpless, like it's part of the process. But to see that you've taken that pain and now translated that into feeling other people's pain and understanding how you can bridge the gap so that they no longer feel that pain or go through that trauma. I love the theme of that and how that looks in that image. It's fascinating.
Thank you.
Wow. It connects, doesn't it? Wow.
I guess so. I mean, now I didn't realize that, but thank you.
You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
12 years old. Oof. Middle school.
The fun times.
I can't remember.
It's good.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Grade 7, 7th grade.
Yeah, about 7th grade.
Yeah, not popping.
No.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, I
okay.
listen to a lot of classical music, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I had a single song I
Yeah,
liked to
you're
listen
good.
to.
It happens.
Yeah.
You're not the first. You wouldn't be the last. I assure you.
If I told you a song, I'd be lying.
Yeah, so yeah, we could leave that.
Okay.
All right. So we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Whew, okay, yes.
Have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer?
Oh,
Is it
yes.
more than 8? She said yes before I even asked.
I
Oh,
already
yes.
do. It's work emails, and it's hard to unplug.
If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who Joann is, what would you say that is?
I would say Joann is authentic.
I love that. You're definitely authentic by coming out here and representing our conversation.
Yeah.
At the WeWork, the amazing WeWork. Joann, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
You know, always available. Always available for any kind of conversations as well. I really admire what Angel here is trying to do, and I think the power of conversation is something that people need to explore further.
Yeah, I love it. Well done. Joann, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel. I said convos. I'm being programmed here. By 12-Minute Conversation with Angel Jones. Did you have fun?
I had a lot of
High
fun.
five.
High five.
Boom. I love it.
Awesome.